Is all right, guys. So we're live now. Well, actually, we're not live yet, but we're actually recording this Zoom call today. So, how's everybody doing today?
Excellent.
Great.
Good morning.
All right,
Yes.
great. So, for those who are watching this video for the first time, well, or don't know who I am, my name is Antonio Mendoza. I'm actually a broker owner of AVM Real Estate Services out here in Temecula, California, and I'm joined today by Cheryl Zensky with Movement Mortgage. How you doing, Cheryl?
Great. Thank you for having me today, Antonio.
Glad to have you. And we're also joined today by Nelly Fuentes. How you doing, Nelly? All right. So real quick before we get started, I'll introduce Nelly and have Nelly talk about what she's going to talk about today. Our subject today is really going to be on social media, and not just social media, because a lot of people are on social media. But I mean, I'm going to specifically, our conversation today is really going to be building a presence for your business in social media, because a lot of people don't think they can get business, or they can't get leads, or really can't build an influence through social media. And we're here to talk about today is they're absolutely wrong, right? And later on today, I'm actually going to share my call fit strategy that I'm going to be creating here to not only for my business to help me grow my business here in the next few weeks and few months during this pandemic that we're going through right now. But it's also something I'm really going to be incorporating for a lot of my agents and a lot of my future workshops and boot camps. So we'll talk about this later on towards this end of this Zoom and podcast. All right, great. So without further ado, we'll get started here. So social media, what is social media, right? I mean, I know a lot of people just think it's just a way for us to just take out time, right? Use time and just talk to friends and scroll our feeds and look at nice cat memes and videos, right? Is that what social media is, guys? What do you guys think? What does social media guys mean to you guys?
To me, social media in this day and age is the most successful way to achieve contact with the most amount of people. So you are able to get your message across worldwide with the push of a button. And if you are smart and strategic about aiming your product towards the correct demographic and at the right time, then you will be extremely successful with the impact that you're trying to make to your audience.
Natalie, I couldn't have said it any better. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Yes.
Okay,
well,
great.
thank you. Yeah, and I believe, we have a lot of different social media platforms. I know for me personally, I dove into the Instagram, otherwise known as IG, as well as domains. So I partnered them up, and what I did was I separated everything into the essentials, which is now today. So whether it's virtual real estate, as well as cannabis, we're looking in today's world, what are the essentials in our economy? And right now, that's it. So for me, I have really focused on those three target areas. And in order to maximize my exposure, the hashtags are extremely important. The time that I am posting is extremely important. But again, a lot of individuals are going to these mass conferences to learn social media. They're all learning the same technique. They're all learning the same information. And the minute they walk out that building, they're all doing the same thing. And all of their work and effort is being diluted by everybody else's hard work. So you really want to take a step back and take information from these places, but don't implement it to the T. Because if you do that, you will get lost. You have to become creative, and you have to take a risk and a chance. And again, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook, everybody's more comfortable in one of those platforms. For me personally, I never got into Twitter. I never liked it. I'm very visual. They weren't visual in the beginning. I just didn't like it. Instagram, they kind of revolutionized everything. Facebook started to copy them. Facebook purchased them. It just became one big unit. So for me, I recognize when I meet clients or new individuals, my first question is, are you on social media? Are you on IG? I no longer ask for telephone numbers. I don't ask for your email address. I don't ask for your business card. I don't ask for your home address. I could care less where you live. I want to know where you live in your virtual world. Where can I get in contact with you? Where can I see your products? Where could you view my products? And how can we exchange business? That's how I do it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. And I'm a big believer, like you just said. I mean, we go through all these seminars, we follow these Tom Ferry coach, and I joke around with that, and I think Cheryl's probably been in a couple of my workshops before. You know, a lot of people, you know, they pay hundreds and thousands of dollars a month for coaches and all that, and they give them these scripts, and I'm like thinking to myself, wait a minute, if everybody's using the same script and calling the same clients, how are they differentiating themselves from everybody else, right? So that's,
You don't sound genuine.
Yeah, exactly.
And you want to sound genuine because people will gravitate towards you because they will see your sincerity, your honesty in that. And I mean, we have a brain. We can be creative with words. We can do, you know, we can speak. We just have to sit and, again, don't be so scared of what might come out of our mouth. And I think we're in a lot of fear of judgment, especially since we're being recorded, especially since we're putting ourselves out there. But everybody has to recognize that this is going to be the new norm. It's not going to really ever go back. Like the way we're communicating now, this is how we're going to be conducting business in the next couple of years safely. And I can guarantee you that. So I may not see you guys in person for I don't know how many more months, really, but I'm going to see you right now and we can still conduct business, and I can conduct business with anybody else I want to as well. So nourishing your social media assets, in my opinion, is way more important than even the website. Because people aren't going to go and type in your particular website. They're going to go to one platform and they just want to put in your name or your, you know, your app, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, always be producing, right? ABP,
right.
Always be producing.
Right. And I also think that the video thing, a lot of people are afraid of it. They don't like the way they look. I mean, I for one, have not liked it, and I've done some things over and over and over again. But yep. I'm at the point now where it's just like, just do it. Just do it. And if I flub up, you know, it'll probably get more likes than if I did.
Keeping it real. People want to see real. And although we think perfection is what everyone wants, there's no such thing. Right. So as long as you're real, I know I want to work with you because I'm like, she's real.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, great points, guys. Yeah. And that's I'm a big believer in that. And I know, especially in social media, I mean, you know, I know a lot of people, especially right now with what's going on with our COVID-19, with this current pandemic that we are. I mean, you know, everybody has their opinions, right? And I'll be honest, nobody's really right or wrong, to be honest with you. Everybody's you know, that's their opinion, you know. I mean, but I'm kind of like, and you'll probably see me. You see some of my posts like, why did he say that? Why is he? Because I want people to really think for themselves, right? So I'm not just, I heard this at that CNN or MSNBC, or my broker said this, or this lender, or this realtor, or whoever it is said this, so it must be right. No, I want you to really think about it, you know, not just because he's high up or she's high up or whatever that is, she's an expert.
We have to learn to really critically think. And I think a lot of times thinking's overrated. I sit and I think a lot. I take a lot of walks and I think probably more than I actually implement the work, because that is the work. Yeah. And I think a lot of that critical thinking, we are so lazy as a society that we're just eager to take whatever's being thrown at us real quick, whatever bits of information. And again, we need to be a little bit more in depth as a human being to be able to analyze things, accept everybody's opinions, but then also just moving forward, be okay with it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, you know, agree to disagree. And that's one of the things, and I posted this too as well. I'm a big believer is, if you've done something, I'll listen to you. But don't tell me something that you haven't done and tell me not to do it. Right. And you guys know that I'm very upfront. Like, don't tell me, this won't work when you haven't even put the work to it. Right. And I think I've talked about this before when people, and we'll talk about this later on in my subject when I talk about TikTok, a lot of people, trust me, I was the guy, like me and Nelly were talking earlier. I downloaded this app, two years ago when it first came out, I think. And I was like, look at this. It's a fun little app the kids are playing with. Record a little 10-second video, got thousands of views, had 300 likes, had actually followers. People follow me that I didn't know, but I never used it after that. That's just for kids. That's not going to work for my real estate business.
Well, that's what they thought about Twitter and Instagram. You know, a few years ago, it was just a tool for fun. And right now, I know I have 13 social media assets that I have groomed specifically for that particular demographic. And those are more of a visual resume, or they are more of a portfolio of the work I've done. And at any time, I can go and take stuff off and rearrange it, arrange my videos. And at the end of the day, that's our resume. People aren't asking for resumes. They want to know what's your social medias. What are you on? So I can go see how many followers you have. I can see what you're posting. I can see how you post, and the influence you have. So we're now all considered influencers, just on different degrees. And then we're all influencing different people as well. So, and we're actually getting influenced by a lot of people that we don't even recognize we are. So I think that in itself is an important fact.
Okay. And I'm glad you brought that point, and we'll talk here, transition here to you talking about social media assets. But one thing that I'm actually working on as well, you've probably kind of heard about it, is my 7 C's to building a massive business. And one of the C's that I talk about, or I'm going to be talking about here down the road and really be building it, is called channels, right? Like you just hit in the head right now. It's a lot of people are too focused on, I'm not going to do Facebook because I can't get leads for that. I'm not going to do Instagram because I'm not getting leads for that. I'm not going to do TikTok, all these other platforms, or I'm not going to do these because I'm not getting any business. When I talk about the C under channels, you're the influencer. It's channels right now. Can I see Nelly on Facebook? But also at the same time, if I'm on Instagram, I see her channel as well. Same thing with Cheryl. Am I seeing her just on Facebook? Or am I seeing her on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn? Doesn't matter what the channel is, YouTube. And that's why.
How many highways do you have?
Exactly.
Right.
Within yourself. I know personally, I have a lot of highways. I got a freeway, I got a loop. I got a whole bunch of roads. I've been under construction for a long time. And I haven't been waiting for a pandemic to happen, but I have been waiting for this virtual world and real estate to really blossom into more than just an entertainment outlet. And these people, when they say I can't get leads, and this whole farming, in real estate, you hear farming, and I'm like, well, I'm not a farmer. And there's like all these weird terms, and I go, we're people. And those people on social media, they're not leads, no, they're people. And if you want to do business with people, you got to get to know them. You got to learn about them. And you can't view them as a lead, because you won't be successful because you don't care. When you say, I can't get leads off of social media, you're like, well, social media is your friends and family. Isn't that the first sphere of influence you're supposed to target? So how is that not getting leads? That person, whoever says that, is unaware that every single person on that is a breathing person. That's a lead. I don't care if they're 18, 16, 21, everyone at some point will be able to purchase a home. And I don't care. I'm waiting for the 16, 17, 18-year-olds, and I'm going to be like, right when you're ready to buy, let's go. Because that's smart. They're on social media right now. They're the ones who are looking. They're the ones that know how to navigate it. So for me personally, I like to learn a lot from the younger generation, because they're going to be the future. And I want to kind of grow up with them, because, I was fortunate enough to start a little while back within this realm of virtual real estate. But you know what? I don't know everything. I have a bunch of highways, but I still want some more guidance. And I think the younger generation is going to provide that, as long as we are doing it right now.
Right. I also think that they want context. I mean, we're in a little bit of chaos right at the moment, and in this chaos, people want, and it's about people. People want context. They want good information so they can make good decisions. And it's important for us to be out there as, what you say, an influencer, getting out there and letting them know what their options are. That just because they may have lost their job right now, for instance, doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. They need to talk to somebody who can help them through it. And by being out in social media, you can be that person.
Absolutely. You have to pivot. And I think we had that discussion at our last meeting. When I was there in person, was you have to pivot with what's happening. Don't be scared. It's just the next dance move. And if you're not that great of a dancer, then let's learn. Okay. But it's nothing to be fearful of. I was anticipating the change. I was kind of hoping it would come sooner, because people were looking at me like I'm too futuristic. I'm at the point where I'm like, thank goodness. like I was prepared to some degree for this pandemic in the virtual world. So yeah, definitely context. People want to know that you are there, you care, and you can help them, and they want great context so that way they can get through the hard times with real knowledge.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and that's what my other C is really, I think I talked about is content, or I guess you can call it context, is you got it, what content, and we'll talk about that too another time, is, you know, what kind of content are you sharing there? And this is one thing that I've learned, especially during a pandemic or what we're going through. There's only two things, and this is two things that people want to see right now. They want to be informed, or they want to be entertained. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, they don't want to be sold. I'll be honest, this is the worst time.
Well, you want to be distracted. A lot of people want to be distracted right now. That's why I tell us, put some puppies and kitties all around us, and we're solid.
Yeah, right? I mean, they want to be informed what's going on with the virus, or maybe what's going on with the real estate industry or financial. It doesn't matter what it is. Inform them a little bit, but don't be all over. Like, that's all you do is inform people. Right. Don't be telling, hey, I got this great product, service, hey, 25% off, you know, hey, it's a good time to join my network marketing business, whatever it is that you're selling, because, you know, nobody wants to be sold. And trust me, I mean, not to, for those who have a network or direct sales, not to put you guys down, but I mean, I got like 10 different messages right now. I'm in Facebook messages of people like, hey, yeah, you know, do you keep your career options open? I'm like,
hey, yeah,
like,
I know it.
I mean, so I think that's the concept, and that's why I really went on TikTok is, you know, it's a different channel. I wanted to create a different channel for my audience where it's not just, hey, I'm here informing you what's going on with the COVID, but no, I want to entertain you. And entertainment doesn't mean
you're doing informative entertainment.
Yeah, well, and you've done a good job, Antonio.
Right? It's not just about, hey, I'm doing dance with. That's why I tell people like, oh, you're good in that because you know how to dance. I was like, I've only probably done one dance video on TikTok.
That's all you've done that I've seen.
Right? And that's what I want you to understand. Like, one of my views, and I'll share this later on TikTok, it was less than 10 seconds. I'd even say a single word. And right now, I mean, to this day, I checked earlier today, 40,000 views.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't dance. I wasn't dancing. I wasn't like in front of $1 million home. That's awesome. Didn't say a single word.
Yeah, we're so visually stimulated. That's why we're so visually stimulated that really people don't even need words. And that's why I liked Instagram more than Twitter, because I'm like, just let me see it. I just want to see. I don't want to hear you talk. I'm sick of hearing talk. I want to see things. And that's why it's so important to have those visuals. So important.
Exactly. So let's transition. I know you've mentioned here earlier, social media assets. Can you tell our, people that are watching today might not be familiar what social media assets means? What is that,
Yeah, so social media assets, it's all the social medias that are existing right now. Mm-hmm. What is your social media asset? For me, I have, like I said, 13 domains, which means I also have the pairing social media assets to them. So I have CaliforniaVirtualRealEstate.com. You can find me on Instagram at California Virtual Real Estate. I have, ArmyWeed.com. You can find me at ArmyWeed on Instagram. So everything is social media assets. So again, what's valuable? Is it the website or is it the social media asset? We're not allowed to sell the social media assets. That's illegal. But this industry, it's not regulated because it's so new. So with that, I'm able to sell domains with their social media assets as a free given. And that is going to enhance and increase the value of that whole package. People know where to find me. It's a quick directory. If you're going to find your realtor, you can find it at Your Realtor San Diego. Okay. So everything's got to be relevant and it's got to be the same. So that way you're easy to find. I tell all of my past clients and friends who are in business, dumb it down. They hate to hear that. Everybody wants to be clever with their Instagram names. Everybody wants to be very creative. Don't do that. The general public isn't that creative. They're very simple. That's why I use very simple, easy words. I use the words that I would type in. I want to learn about virtual real estate. I'll put virtual property. Guess what'll pop up? Virtual property biz. That's me. Because we type something in, we type it in so lame, right? we don't type in creative words. We just type it out like, oh, I need bread or I want milk. Like we're not, you know, coming up with these fancy creative names. So that's how you have to really maneuver your social media assets. That is what's going to carry your value for your business, for your personal life, or for whatever you're trying to push in this world, okay? That's an asset. That right now is gold. Right now, that's like toilet paper, okay? Like social media assets is the only way that everybody in the world right now can do business. We can't go outside, we can't go into offices, we can't go anywhere. The social world is it's so important, and it's going to be extremely valuable moving forward. I believe people are going to recognize that the address that they have on the virtual world is going to be just as important as the address you have in your physical world, because our physical world is deteriorating and we can't even be outside. So we're going to have to really nourish this matrix or whatever world we're in right now, because it's changed. We have completely changed. Everything has changed. So I know that anybody that I'm in contact with, that I care, you know, that I do business with, I'm like, get on it. Like, get on it right now. Even if you're not, there's still time, because a lot of people are so concerned. Like you said, they're so, you know, distracted by all this, that this is the time for us to get ahead, the creatives. And in the future, they say the people who are going to have the jobs are the creative people, because all the other jobs machines can do. The machines and the robots, they can't think creatively.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's what we have to nourish, is this brain. This is our most important tool. And this is what we are projecting through the social media. And that's the asset. Our brain is being projected onto the social media virtual world. So that to me is how I am conducting my public relations in the virtual real estate realm at this point.
Great. Cheryl, did you want to add something? I think you had some questions.
I'm not even sure how to. I think you covered it all. I mean, I completely agree with it needing to, you need to be out there. You need to not worry about what you say, what that post looked like or this post. Just keep doing it, be consistent, give good context, and people will follow you, and be real. You have to be real. You have to be talking to your best friend while you're doing this, not, I mean, and I have certainly done this where I'm just kind of monotone and I'm just kind of out there, and, you know, and so you have to be real, like you're talking to your best friend while you're doing this, and it works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent point. Yeah. And just to piggyback on what Natalie said about your social media assets, I mean, you guys know, like, if behind my key, there's a hashtag Tony Real Estate 247, right? That's my assets. I mean, everything. I mean, even now, I created a Facebook business page, Tony Real Estate. Instagram's Tony Real Estate 247, right? I mean, TikTok, Tony Real Estate. So, and I was sharing it earlier. I mean, right now, one of the reasons, and we'll talk more later on when I talk about TikTok, why I'm all in with TikTok. I mean, I just barely used that hashtag. Started using that on Tony Real Estate 247. Now, nobody knows me on the virtual world really in TikTok. Nobody's gonna start, hey, Tony Real Estate 247. I understand that. But I'm building and creating an asset, right? Like Natalie said.
Yeah.
Right now, I checked yesterday. If you go and do a hashtag on TikTok, go hashtag Tony Real Estate 247. You know how many views there are for Tony Real Estate 247?
Thousands.
Over yesterday I checked, it was over 40,000 views.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
40,000 views, guys. I mean, and I was like, if you project that within 6 months to 12 months, of course, a lot of it is because I'm posting videos and then my videos and I'm using that hashtag, but I'm building and creating an asset now that by the end of the year, I'll have over a million views just on Tony Real Estate 247. And you're going to see my video, that key every day on my end of my video saying Tony Real Estate 247. It's branding, I'm programming my audience, Tony Real Estate 247. They might not have been looking at it, but subconsciously they're being programming Tony Real Estate 247. Who do I buy a house from? Tony Real Estate, right? Tony Real Estate. And like you said earlier, which I love, because this is very important for people to understand when you're creating hashtags, is you have to dumb it down. You know, you're not looking, no, people are not gonna look at the #1 agent in Temecula and Murrieta, no, right? You gotta dumb it down, really simplify it.
Really simplify it so it hurts. We're just like, this is too easy, but it has to be. It really has to
exactly.
be.
What with somebody who's looking for a mortgage that doesn't know Cheryl? They're not going to look for Cheryl Zensky.
Exactly. They're not.
Correct.
What they
Correct.
look for, they're looking for a mortgage.
Right.
So put yourself in the shoe of your audience, and that would definitely make it, better. Like right now, I'm also using TikTok Realtors. You'll start seeing TikTok Realtor. There's already, people using that.
Yep, I've been seeing a lot of other. Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Realtors of Instagram, you've seen that, Realtors of Instagram. So it's really, like you said, it's being creative. And one last thing that, and piggyback off your saying with being creative, this is why it's important right now. And that's why I'm trying, nobody listens to me until it's till the end, right? I mean, I'm like telling people, you got to be here. You got to do this. You got to do that. That's not going to work for me. Okay, well, if you don't think it's going to work for you, of course it's not going to work for you.
Right.
But if you don't try and put the effort to it, right? A couple of years ago, people were saying the same thing about Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram, that's just for models, right? Was it 2 years ago? I think I remember those are just for models. They go there, models. Now, and I'll share the stat later on how many businesses they project to be on Instagram in 2020.
It's
I'll share the
insane.
stat later here. So if you follow the trend, the same thing they said about Facebook, but now Facebook is like, you have to have a Facebook business page now, right? A few years ago, backtrack 4 or 5 years ago, Facebook. Is that like another MySpace? MySpace?
Yeah.
What is that?
I never had MySpace.
Right?
I never had MySpace.
I think I still do. I think I'm still friends with Tom, I think. Is that Tom? Remember Tom still wearing the same shirt, I think. but I think that's the thing is it's being creative, and that's what I really want to share with part of when I go over create the 7 C's, and when we're talking about content is really about creating the content. And a lot of people, like Natalie said, we want to be perfect. We want to have, look good, look the best. We don't want to stutter, say the wrong things, but no, it's okay to be making mistakes.
Okay.
We're authentic.
Yeah, I think people like you more when you're just real, when it just happens naturally. But, unfortunately, society has groomed us to try to be perfect and that image of perfection. And now that we are in control of our own productions, we don't have to follow those rules. We can follow whatever rules we choose because we are now the director, the producer, the writer, the talent. We are everything. And we can do whatever we want without anybody telling us there's restrictions physically or financially or in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And that's what, and that's why, like, it's perfect time because we're all an asset, like Natalie mentioned here, we're all our own social media asset, right? And I love that. I'm going to actually be using that a lot now. Thank you for educating me that, because we are a social media asset. And that's what I want people to understand. This isn't just for during the COVID-19. No, this is moving forward. Zoom calls are not going away, guys. Virtual videos, virtual tours for homes are not going away. This is going to become the norm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Natalie was a little bit late. What were you going to say? But a lot of people, my first week of my Real Estate Alliance Mastermind, I said this when everything was doing great. Get ready to pivot. My whole, so I know everybody's like, this guy's smoking crack, right? Stock market is close to 30, February, it was February, right?
Yes.
It was hot. My market was hot. It was like, oh my gosh, this is on fire. I was like, get ready. It's about to change. And I warned this and nobody listened to me not because I had a glass ball, but because I follow trends. And I also look at the macro world. I was seeing what was happening outside of the US, right? What was happening outside the US. Exactly. And that was not me having a necessary glass ball, it's because I don't just limit myself to the micro world. I look at the macro world and see, wait a minute. If that's happening there, what's going to happen here? And this is why I'm a big believer with Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok is, yes, it might not be as big here for the business world right now, but if I see it's blowing up for this business outside of the country, whoa, I'm not waiting to find out. I'm going to be there so that a year from now, you're going to like, Tony Real Estate, how did you get 1 million followers?
Start in the beginning. You got to start in the beginning.
Take the first step.
Jump on that train right when it gets going, not when it's already headed out.
And I'm a little disappointed I didn't start in 2018 when I actually downloaded the app. I'd be one of some of these influencers that has millions of views and actually maybe making money off TikTok. Not even for my industry, but just TikTok paying me because I have, I built my social media assets. You guys understand that? Those
Yes.
guys got 50 million. There's a girl, I think, and I follow her. She's got 50 million followers. I don't know how much she makes, but she's built that asset. All she does is, you follow her, I think her name is Charlie D'Amello.
Yeah.
She does this dance moves and that's it.
That's crazy.
But I don't know, I'm not gonna say how much she makes, but she's making money off TikTok just doing that because she built an asset. No, she doesn't sell real estate. She doesn't sell anything, guys.
Right.
She sells herself because
Yep.
she created and built herself as an asset. That's what I want people to really understand is get your mindset out of, oh, I can't build my business doing that. I can't do that. No. Forget about that. You're the asset. I'm not, you see my hashtag too, more than a realtor. I'm not a realtor. I get upset when people call me a realtor.
Mhm.
I get upset when they call me a broker. I'm more than a realtor. I'm more than a broker, right?
Yeah.
Every one of
Absolutely.
us is more than that. We're more than just a lender or public relations, realtor, whatever it is. We're the asset that not only now, but moving forward, if the people that take the time to build those assets are the ones that are going to be blowing up.
So they're gonna have a reward for sure. But you have to, again, stay consistent and persistent. Doesn't mean you need to post all the time, but when you're feeling it, and again, I really believe in, if you aren't feeling the post, don't do it. Don't force the post. Also, if you're feeling it, do it. Don't even hold back, because if you're feeling it, you push that send and that enter and you let that go, and I guarantee you that will be one of your most successful. I can't tell you how many times I worked so hard on a post and it turned out to be like, and then I put something that I just thought was ridiculous and it was like, I was like, are you serious right now? I took all that time for that, but they all dug that. And it was just like, I'm doing this wrong. So when you were talking about, Cheryl, about just being yourself and natural, I mean, I can't emphasize that enough as well. Like, it's so true. Like, people really, they just really want to see the real you.
Right.
And that's comfortable. And we're all
Right.
more comfortable when we're all just kind of vulnerable.
Right.
You know, I think it's a really pretty thing. It's a beautiful thing, being vulnerable, you
It's
know,
a beautiful thing.
especially because, you know, you grow out of that vulnerability.
Love that. Yeah, and it's important. Like I said, I mean, people are too worried about, going back to worried about the posting the right content or being perfect. I mean, that's why I don't focus on, we'll talk about YouTube another time, but that's why that's why I keep it fit Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm not really a YouTube. YouTube is a different beast.
It's a beast.
You can pay thousands of dollars, create the nicest video in the world and get 10 views. To be honest. I mean, that's how, so don't waste your time right now. That's why I'm keeping my fit strategy to the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because it's easy. A lot of people say, I'm not tech savvy. Not tech savvy. Go on TikTok and tell me you need to be a tech savvy. There's called filters. There's different filters, unlimited filters that you use, different apps. You just point, click. That's not tech savvy. It's an app, guys.
Right.
It's
You got cats doing it on their iPads online, you know, like just pushing buttons. So
Exactly.
it seems scary because the product seems so good. It almost seems very complicated when it is put out. Like even the TikTok videos when there's like 3 of you and it's all crazy. It seems like there was a lot of effort, but you're right. Don't be scared. It's just literally a swipe and a push and you're like, wow, I'm a professional editor all of a sudden.
Right.
And I didn't have to go to editing school. Like, so we're starting to recognize we have a lot more skills than we even realized we had. And I think there's a lot of self-doubt, a lot of negative talk about, I can't do this, or I'm scared of that, or I don't know how to do the social media. Well, learn. We all had to learn how to walk and talk. You know, you have to just teach yourself, trial and error, but don't give up. Because you don't, at the end of the day, you don't have a choice. It was like when cell phones came out and everybody, I don't want a cell phone. You can't help it, okay? Everybody's gonna have a laptop. Everybody's gonna have a cell phone. It's just the way it is. So I believe that just conforming in a very natural, genuine, vulnerable way and being persistent, you'll succeed with your social media asset goals.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really what, the concept and what I really want to share, not only for our Real Estate Alliance group, but other business owners in my other mastermind groups that I run, and also for my agents. Like I said, it's just about, this is not going away. Social media is not going away. Right. I mean, it's going to get better. And eventually we're going to be doing artificial intelligence, and you're going to see my avatar instead of me. right? So, I mean, it's not really going to be like me, actual me right now. It's going to be more of an avatar. Like I can't even describe it, how it's going to be, because, but I already see it in my mind, you know, how it's
I'll
going to
probably be in Mars. You know, there'll be some of us in Mars in the near future doing Zoom calls from there to here. Who knows? All I know is it's going to be virtual, period.
Yeah. I mean, I could see us all in a conference room, but not really be in the conference room. Like we'll be sitting there in the
Star
conference
Trek.
room,
Absolutely.
but it's just like our image.
Our
A hologram.
holograms.
Is that what it's called? You've seen those movies, and
Yeah,
that's what
oh
happens.
yeah.
And hopefully I'll see it before my end of my lifetime, but because that's gonna be fun, right? Imagine that, like
It'll happen.
right
A
there.
lot sooner than you think. I think
exactly.
you're gonna be frightened how soon you're gonna get that.
Especially with the AI, with Oculus, with the virtual headset. I mean, I'm so far. I mean, I see what my kids are playing with. I mean, these headsets, the virtual headsets. I'm like, what is going on here? Wait, what? So it's not going away. So it's the ones that are able to pivot now and really to start adapting and implementing something, not all at once, just slowly, right? I'm telling you, like every day post a video, like even me, it's tough, but if the more that you get comfortable and just trial and error is going to be part of trial and error, right? Like the one video that I posted that's probably 40,000 views in less than a week. By the end of the month, I'll have over 100,000 views. I like you said, I was trying to be like, I thought I was so close to not posting it because I was like, oh man, this is not perfect. I didn't match I was like, oh man, I was like, I should say something. And I was like, this is not gonna work. So I was like, oh gosh. After I posted
That's the worst feeling, but fight that feeling, because once you push that button, you already knew deep down inside you wanted that to be submitted out into the universe.
Yeah.
So if you're ever having that doubt after the fact, just quickly pivot that thought back into that positive, you know, thinking, so that way that post is successful. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many times I had to erase a post because I posted it with force and it wasn't genuine. And I looked at it and I go, I just don't feel right about this. There's nothing wrong with it, but I know it's not genuine. I just can't even look at it. And so I'll remove it and then I'll post something else and I'm like, oh, that feels a lot better. That's more like it. So the feel, again, they always say they know if you're smiling on the other line of the phone, you know, if you're picking up the phone, they can tell if you're smiling. Yeah. I believe they can pick up your energy through social media as well. They can pick up that smile. They can pick up that sadness. So it's extremely important that when you are doing that, it is true to what you want as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I teach this, and a lot of stuff that I teach is not that I teach because I heard from Tom Ferry or heard from this motivational guru or something. I teach and share it because I've done it, right? You know, and that's why I'm a big believer. I'm not going to share something if I'm not all in, I'm not passionate about it. Oh, I heard this person was doing it, so I'm going to share with you guys. No, I'm sharing it because I've tried it. I've made mistakes, but then I've gotten results. And I'm like, whoa, it works, right? And that's where I think I want people to really understand is get this idea that if it can't work for me. You know, it can't work for you if you don't put in the work. That's it, right? You got to put in the work. And go back to one lesson, and we'll kind of open up here real quick on building social media is how can we create that engagement, right? And I want to I know I've seen so many of you guys do this too. Is the great thing with Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok as well is the stories, right? The IGTV, but even not forget about the IGTV is just stories. Right. How easy is it to go on your phone right now and just share stuff? Hey guys. I did this the other day too. One of my masterminds, like, hey guys, I'm here doing a Zoom call with Cheryl and Ellie. That's it. Yeah. Not scripted. It's just boom, and then post it. Oh. Guess what? Now you're got something to share to your audience. Right. Like, oh, okay, they're working. He's not just sitting in his butt all day. he says he does his Zoom calls, but I don't even right? People say oh, I do all these Zoom calls, but I don't even see you doing any Zoom calls. Oh, you're always working. I don't see you working. And one last thing and this is how I get clients from Facebook and even people in Instagram. Now I'm getting potential clients from TikTok is they see my hustle, right? I mean, I think I've shared this before is the 3 social proof, right? You know, you got to show that you're out there hustling, right? Social proof is, are you busy? If they don't see you posting anything, but more importantly, they go in your stories. I actually tell people, go do stories. Stories is a lot easier, right?
Yeah,
It's a lot easier. And you keep
I love
stickers.
stories. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I agree.
Do the stories. I mean, if you don't want to worry about posts, do a story. Because guess what? It only lasts 24 hours.
It goes away.
It goes away. Exactly. You don't have to worry about, oh man, I should have not posted that. Should I delete that post now?
Sometimes I'm like, I only got a few more hours left. Oh my gosh.
It comes out the hours.
A few more hours. Hurry.
30 seconds left, 29, and then it goes away, so I don't have to worry about, I didn't put any makeup on, or like my tie was crooked, right? So stories are very important, but you got to share that, and that's why, I mean, and a lot of people think I'm showing off when I share this to some of my people in my messengers, like, hey, look at this person reach out. It's social proof. Not only I've done it, I'm proving to you guys it works. If people that I'm not friends, who just are random friends that I don't have a conversation with, are reaching out to me and say, hey, can you help me buy a house? Can you help me sell my house?
Nice.
Yeah.
What is triggering them? You want to ask yourself, what is triggering them? What is triggering them to ask me as opposed to the hundreds or thousands of other realtors that they're friends with? You got to really understand
Because
that.
you are exposing yourself so much as the realtor.
And they connected with you. They connected with what you're doing.
100%.
And that's why in social media is big. If there's anybody that's watching this right now is hopefully their understanding is like Natalie said, we're all a social media assets. Now, let's be real. Some people's social media assets are more has a higher
little more caliber than others. But it's also some people just do use social media for social media though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just for close friends and family. They don't really have a motive. They're not trying to sell things. So, you know, there are definitely different uses, but as a business person or professional, this is the ultimate tool to reach your audience, period.
Exactly. Yeah.
No newspapers, no magazines, no TV commercials, none of that stuff works. It's played out, you know, nowadays it's podcasts. I was in the podcast industry with a while, let's see, 4 years ago, and they were just hopping. It was just big, and people were getting on board. People were kind of like, what are podcasts? What is that? And it was slow, but the director's like, you're going to see AM, FM radio. It's just going to disappear, you know, just like the rotary phone, like everything kind of dissolves slowly and something else starts to grow. So that is, we're really at that point right now. No more magazines, no more newspapers. I mean, no more TV commercials. People aren't buying that space so much because it's already owned by particular organizations who purchase that in bulk and then also sell that out. So, I mean, that's a monopoly in itself. So you can't penetrate that unless you have millions of dollars for about 13 seconds or 60 seconds at most, and that's going to disappear. Social media and your websites and your social media assets are the gifts that keep on giving. I said it, I forget it, it's there forever until I want it to go away. I don't have to worry about it. My job, I keep doing my job whether or not I'm working because I posted my message. And at any time somebody's searching, I'm working, even though I may not be working because I am present there.
That's a great point, yeah. And that's really in a nutshell, right? I mean that's
job.
Right? And that's really what I mean, like we're discussing today, and that's why, I mean, I know a lot of people, I mean, everybody can build their business however they want, right? They don't have to use social media for the business, but for those that really truly want to grow a massive business, a massive brand, where it doesn't matter if there's another economic recession or pandemic, because you took the time now to build that social media asset of yours. Doesn't matter what social media asset is, just building an asset, which is you. You're the biggest asset, right?
You're the star now. We're the star. Cheryl's the star. You're the star. We're all the star of our own show, of our own businesses, and we have control over that. That sort of freedom is mind-blowing.
Right.
Considering we don't have many freedoms right now outside. But in the virtual world, we are so free to do anything. And like I said, there is very minimal regulations in this wild west of a virtual world. And so in order to capitalize, really want to get in now before all these regulations and everything start, because once people start to recognize, it's going to happen so quick and it's going to be all gobbled up. The .coms are all gone. Now people are going to .orgs, .us, .u. Nobody types those in, so don't even purchase those domains. That's my advice. No matter, unless you really are an organization and people, find it, but you just .com. It doesn't even, at this point, it could be a longer .com. Just get the .com, okay? Ideally, you want to look for the short names. Those are the easiest ones. If you have a website, you would probably also want to purchase the website that has a misspelling that is similar to your site, because a lot of people don't know how to spell correctly, and that will still direct them to that site, and you're still getting all these hits. So there's lots of tricks and trade where you are getting overflow. You can go to your competitor and get their name, mistype one popular misspelling, and boom, you got all their business if somebody just mistyped that one word. So there's lots of tricks and trade, even with the social media asset names and things like that, that you can do on the slide to get those extra leads or views or hits or whatever. You just got to be clever about it. It's a word game out there. It's wordplay, and every single letter, it makes a difference. I know I went out there, I got Democratic Weed and I got RepublicanWeed.com. I got both. I go, because, hey, why not? In the whole entire world right now, if anybody wanted RepublicanWeed.com or DemocraticWeed.com, guess who they have to go to? Me. So, and if they want the social media asset, it's me. So right now, that's my value. Until I decide to sell that, or until I'm gone off this universe, I'm still going to will these names to my kids because I'm not dumb. I know they're going to be of value in the future. I'm very attached to some of my domains and stuff where I'm like, I don't even know if I want to get rid of those. That's old to me. I know the value of that in the future because it is done. Once you got it, you're done. I have yourrealtor.com done. Nobody else can have it. And I'm not even a practicing realtor at this point. So I'm like, hey, what realtors would like to benefit from this? I got your website and I got your social media asset already up and running and it's for sale. So what do you think it's worth? Because everything's for sale in my land, and my land's in the virtual world. And you'll see once you go on, I have, just like in the real world property, I have my sign. They're all the same symbol. It's my virtual property biz symbol. So if you were to just go online, you could recognize my property by sight. Not by name, but by the visual. It's like a McDonald's. So you can go and be like, oh, I see that sign. Oh, I recognize that. Oh, she owns that one too. I'm the broker of all of those because I have tagged them with my symbol. So that is how people can identify that I own those without even knowing my name. They just, hey, I know that symbol and I know whoever owns that one owns that one too. So we got to find out who owns that so we can buy them. Okay. So it's exactly the same strategy as real property, real estate. The escrow, you want to see the value, you have to see what the value of the domain really is, and you can negotiate that. So there's a whole bunch of very interesting highways you can take in this, in this virtual world, and there's so many levels and layers of it. That's why I thought I can talk forever, because I ramble and then I go into another one where I'm like, oh yeah. But that for me, you guys, you're solid. I think since just even having this conversation with you two, it's like, even for me, I'm getting motivated. I'm just like, yes, it's real. Being in these calls is very powerful. It's just really true to what's happening. Like, I'm sitting here looking at you, I'm looking at you, like, it's so bizarre. But it's really amazing at the same time. So, it's great.
Yeah, it's a great point. I bought my name. That's always the first domain you buy is your name.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't buy my name. Mine was taken already. I was yeah, someone took my name.
I bought my name.
Did you? Oh, good. That's awesome. See? Done. Perfect.
And then if you have a kid, name them after you. So my kid's name is Antonio.
Keep that going. Yeah. It's true though. I told my kids, I'm definitely willing you guys. I go, you need to know my passwords. You need to know how to get on. Like, I am definitely planning on having that be something that I'm passing along to them. Some of the ones that I have nurturing that I know I know somebody will want to purchase in the future.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right. So here in the last portion, we'll kind of, you guys are still, we want to get your opinion, but really what I wanted, I'm going to try to create moving forward is is, I mean, there's so many different platforms out there, but the three that I'm really going to be focused on is, to me, is the big social media platforms right now that people need to be really focused on is, of course, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Like we mentioned before, Twitter, nobody really does, unless you're an athlete. Nobody's really you're not gonna engage really as much. Even LinkedIn, I know there's people, well, what about LinkedIn? No, it's a different beast too. It's a different beast. And also YouTube. So we're not gonna focus on that. I think I'm gonna keep it simple because anybody can be on Facebook. Everybody is on Facebook.
Yeah.
Instagram, right? Because they're pretty much the same thing.
Right.
TikTok, you gotta be on TikTok because it's another growing social media platform. The number one, well, quick stat here, the number one downloaded app, right, is TikTok. Right?
Yep.
So, and I think on Facebook, average person spends about 20 minutes a day on Facebook. You know how many people, what the average user spends on TikTok?
How much?
An hour, over an hour.
Wow.
And
Right?
that's a lot of views because those are like, what, 13 seconds you said? How long can those TikTok videos be?
Usually the most is 15 to 60 seconds at the most.
Oh, okay.
So, but most people have a time, they like, it's short. So if you keep it 50 seconds or less, it's even better for you because people just, it's just feed, it's scrolling. So that's why, you know, I'm a big believer in Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And we all know about Facebook already. It's already a given, right? I mean, Instagram, it's a given now. A lot of businesses are on there now, right? I mean,
Right.
I forgot what the status, I'll share in a second, but how many businesses, I think over 250 million businesses are expected to be on Instagram in 2020. A lot, right?
Yeah.
The reason I'm going to share real quick here with why I'm all in for those who are not, who are watching the first time here and are not familiar with TikTok is TikTok has the #1 engagement rate of all social media platforms. And social media is about one thing and one thing only, right? It's about engagement. I want people to understand that. It doesn't matter, like you said, it's, people want to spend thousands of dollars. People like agents come in, hey, who should I hire to create this nice website? Nobody. You want a website? Go to Facebook. That's your website. You don't need a
Really?
website. Well, people pay tens, 20, hundreds, tons of money for a website. That doesn't even do anything for them. Right? And that's my point is, it's all about with Facebook, and we're learning from Facebook. As I get a lot of leads on Facebook for free because I engage a lot. I don't just post, but I also go in other groups, go in other Facebook communities. I created my own community, right? This is one of my 7 C's, is community. I created the Quarantine Alliance. I created Keeping It Real Estate. I have a lot of different Facebook community groups that I created that people don't know I created, and I won't tell people. Right? But I'm there because I can watch. One quick story. I'm part of this Facebook group, real estate group. They were one of the biggest groups. I'm not going to call their names out here, but groups. Anyway, somebody posted a comment about coaching, and I don't usually comment there, but I posted a simple comment like, don't waste your $250 on hiring a coach. Spend that on Facebook ads. That's it. Guess what happened?
What happened?
They turned off my commenting for 2 days.
Are you serious?
I'm like, what?
Wow.
I just said, hey, I gave them advice. It's not like, oh, that sucks. Or this coaching, this specific coach. And that's why it's important to create your own community because you're the admin of those communities. So, and I know who, I already have suspicions and who probably did it because they're haters. And I love haters. They're just.
Your haters are your biggest fans.
Exactly. That proves that I'm doing something great. If people are hating on me, that's why I mean, just between you, me, and everybody watching this, there's reasons why I post certain controversial stuff. I want to peel off the haters. I want to see if everybody loves me, I'm not doing anything right. I'm not doing anything right.
You're
I
playing
mean,
safe.
it may sound stupid hearing that, but you have to have the haters. And I know this as a fact. And then Natalie, you being a realtor too, and Cheryl, when I first started on Facebook, I would post like, hey, I got this sale. Every realtor, top realtor is like, congratulations, good job, buddy. Right? Now, no comments. Because now I'm competition. Right?
Oh yeah, once you become competition. Another quick little, the more you write on comments, the more you'll get exposure as well. I think it's like 3 or 4 words, and that doesn't include exclamations and things like that. So if you are commenting, at least do 3 words so that way you pop up and it engages more, because it really makes a difference. Just simple little tricks like that will help.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And I think for those who are trying to have a strategy on Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok, and like you said, it's don't just be on Facebook, right? A lot of people are on Facebook and they're just scrolling the feeds and that's it. And maybe
you could be a producer or you could be the viewer.
Exactly.
I'd rather be the producer. I like to view, but sometimes I'm like, man, we need some more producers. I don't have much on my feed right now. I was like, somebody's got to come out with some stuff. So, you know, and I think it's important. You always have one or the other, the shopper and the seller, you know, you always have the one or the other.
But it's also important, like when it comes to, because a lot of people may not be like, oh, I can't create content every day. But every day you can comment on somebody's posts.
Yes.
You can go into Facebook groups and engage with them. Like you said, if your engagement, the algorithms, we're not going to talk too much about algorithms. Algorithms like, oh, they must be friends because they're engaging. Oh, you know, and that's how the power of Facebook. And this is what especially even in Instagram as well, and definitely with TikTok, because don't go on there and just post something and don't engage with the audience, right? Because if you're not engaging with your audience, if you post something and somebody comments on your post and you don't comment or engage with them, that's a waste of time.
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah, you got to definitely, if people are writing stuff on you, sometimes I forget, but I'll go back and I'll definitely make sure I go and I hit every single one and, you know, comment or like, because I appreciate that. I appreciate the view. I appreciate the click. I mean, I appreciate their attention. That's very flattering, you know, whether it's information, it's new, anything. You're just like, okay, great. Thank you. I feel like I'm actually doing something for the world at this point. And if it's positive or if it's truthful, then perfect. That's exactly what I want.
Yeah. And this is why I would say, even for people that are content creators, if you post something and somebody took the time to comment on your post, not just like it, but to me, it took the extra time to say, like it, even just like. See,
3 words, man. Make it 3 words. Thank you so much, so. Yeah, at least 3 words.
See, now I tell people, like, if you're just liking the thumbs up, you don't really like me. You gotta. Now I don't even do likes. I do love, the heart. Now there's a new emoji with the heart holding the heart.
Squeezing, yeah.
So I'm gonna start using that now, like, because now that you took an extra step, you must really like me. You didn't just like everybody else does. You did a different emoji. That's a different layer of like, oh, this must be a bigger fan, right? And like you said, and then as a producer, if you're producing the content, you got to go and take time. Thank you for that opinion. Thank you for that hateful comment. I appreciate that. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. Just they commented it. They took the time to comment on your post. So I was like, okay. I mean, so it's important that we're engaging, and that's why it's important with. I think Natalie froze up. With Facebook, Instagram, more importantly with TikTok, and that's why I'm a big believer with TikTok is engagement with TikTok is higher than any platforms out there, right? And one last
thing agreed. Yeah.
And one last thing with one thing I want to share with one thing for people who are not familiar with TikTok. Like I said, I created one post, had 10,000 views, 8-second post video where I didn't even went around, toured, didn't say a word, got close to 10,000 views. Did another video on TikTok, less than 10 seconds again, didn't say another word either, no beautiful background, not even a trending music. Right now, I think it's over 40,000 views. That's called a clue. When you look at it, that I don't even have followers yet. I have less than 200 followers still. People are gonna be like, oh, well, talk to this person. There's people right now on TikTok with 6 figures, over 100,000 plus followers that don't even get over 10,000 views on their posts. I want that to really sink in. Why I'm all in with TikTok. If less than
oh yeah, I'm like, do you work for TikTok? I think you work for TikTok now.
Hey, I'm waiting for it to go public because I'm going to buy all my money.
I'm like, what's your side gig? I think it might be TikTok.
Right? I'm actually the founder of a TikTok. Okay, it's my clue. And that's what I tell people, like, I don't get paid to go to promote TikTok.
I know.
So,
I'm messing with you.
So my point is, that's called clues, right? If people with 10,000, 100,000 followers on Facebook and Instagram don't even get maybe 200 likes.
Yeah.
Couple hundred.
Well, I think at the end of the day, we can all afford advertising and marketing.
Mhm.
While back in the day, we couldn't. You had to have all those thousands of dollars to be able to buy your space into the cover of the magazine or to buy that commercial. Anybody can afford to have a marketing campaign and a marketing strategy without a large overhead. You can have a business with no overhead whatsoever because everything's virtual. And that's kind of what is happening with a lot of brokers. You're seeing a lot of virtual worlds and a lot of that. And I believe that it's not going to just be real estate, it's going to be everything. And unfortunately, we're going to see a decline, I believe, in a lot of jobs because a lot of business owners are going to recognize that the humans just weren't, we don't need to have them. We don't need to pay them all this. We don't need to have that property over there. There's going to be a lot of realizations real soon. So I think that playing it safe, just be our creative selves and stick to our free marketing strategy on whatever virtual platform you choose. And we are so lucky because I can tell you, my bet is they're going to start charging us for social media in the future because it's just way too impactful. They're going to, I can see, let's say in a couple years, if you want to join Instagram, it's going to be like $12 a month or something. That's just my prediction because what they did is they got us hooked. They got us inside the product and they're going to make us need the product. I mean, they're smart. That's what Mac did when they gave away all those computers to the colleges back in the day and nobody knew what Mac computers were. And you could see that they were all empty on one side. Well, this is before laptops. I was in college like a million years ago, but nobody would use those computers. So they gave all these Apple computers to the colleges so the students can learn how to use them. I learned how to use that computer and I never went back. After that, I was like, that's the only computer I learned how to use in college. But they did that. So for me, I believe we are taking this free ride, but I don't know how long it will be free. So let's maximize it as much as possible.
Yeah, it's a great point. Like I mentioned, is with Facebook and Instagram, because a lot of people, I mean, I think we did that Real Estate Alliance Mastermind. Some guy that does Facebook marketing was on there, asked the group, how many people spend money in Facebook ads? It was probably only a couple of people that spend money. Mm-hmm. So this is my point is, if people aren't willing to spend money, like if you don't want to go on social media, do all this work in social media, which doesn't really work, then spend money on advertising. Hire somebody to advertise for you. Hire a billboard, hire flyers, right? That's my point. But if you don't want to pay advertising and you don't want to do social media for free, how do you expect to get business? Right. Is my point that people, it baffles me. You don't want to spend money to advertise, but you also don't want to do the legwork which is free, which is going on Facebook every day, on Instagram, on TikTok.
Right.
And then you're going to complain, it's slow right now, I'm not getting any business. That's called, you're not listening, right? And that's what really, my biggest point with everybody is like, you can do two things. You don't need to do any of this social media. If you have any realtor that comes to me right now and say, I don't want to do social media, but I have $1,000 a month ad budget. Perfect. Let me tell you, where do you spend that $1,000? Simple. Do I need to go on Facebook? No, you don't need to go on Facebook. Then you go and say, no, don't worry about that. We can hire somebody to do the marketing for you in social media. Mm-hmm. But if you're not willing to even pay for that, because most people aren't,
right?
Then what are you doing, which is free, like Natalie said, is Facebook. Now, Facebook are charging businesses to advertise, but a lot of business can actually market and advertise their business for free in different channels of Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, right? But that's what baffles me when I hear business owners. This is business owners, not just a regular Joe Schmo who doesn't have a business, has a job. If you have a job, you don't need to be advertising. You're not advertising your business, of course. Go there for fun. But if you're a true business owner or professional and you're not on Facebook yet, and I'm not talking about, I have a Facebook profile. No, if you're not engaging on Facebook, I don't see you on the stories. I don't see you chatting on the groups or building your own community on Facebook. You're not on Facebook. Same thing with Instagram. I don't care if you have an Instagram profile, but you don't post anything. I haven't seen a post since Hector was a pup, right? Especially Hector was a pup. And I don't see any stories. You're not on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Same thing with TikTok. Don't go on TikTok if you're not going to go on TikTok and actually create content. That's my point. So, but you got to start somewhere. Right. And that's my point is, and the reason, and one last thing I'll share for those who don't have any followers right now and watching this right now, who haven't really built a following on Facebook and Instagram. I'm telling you right now, start with TikTok. It's like, whoa, what? Start with TikTok. The reason why with TikTok is you can create the content with TikTok. A lot of stuff you have to create on Facebook and Instagram, you have to use another app to really make it nice, right? They have filters, of course, on Facebook and Instagram. TikTok has all the editing softwares and filters built into the app. Create the content on TikTok, share it on your Instagram. With TikTok, you can actually have your Instagram and YouTube channel already uploaded to that. You can have a link to your Facebook account. Doesn't matter what it is.
Oh yeah, just
Create
one
the
button
content on
pushes it to
TikTok.
all of them. Yeah.
Exactly. Press a button on TikTok, it goes to your Instagram profile. Press another button, it goes to your YouTube. You want your YouTube or Instagram? That's why I created YouTube. Really
It's just been
important
so
that because now
simplified. It literally is the push of one button.
it's simple, guys, right? That's why
Uh-oh.
it's important that well, we just lost Natalie.
Yeah, we did.
That people understand that use the content to create content on TikTok now, so you at least start learning how to use TikTok moving forward, because it's easier to learn something on TikTok than trying to figure it out later. Might as well figure it out if you're gonna have a presence on social media. I think we lost Natalie here a second.
That's a great point.
So how about you, Cheryl? What's any thing you want to add here before we wrap this up?
I think we've done a good job in talking about all aspects of it. We talked about context, we talked about consistency, and we talked about having fun and being your real self.
Yeah, and you actually hit 2 of my C's, right? My 7 C's for people that you watch this and other videos. My 7 C's to miss it, building a massive business. One of the C's is content or context, I guess you can say. It's content, creating content. But another C that's tied into that is consistency. Right? Creating content, but not doing consistently is not going to lead you to massive growth or massive results in your business. If you're just going to post once every blue moon, don't do it. I tell people right now, if you're not going to go on Facebook consistently, don't go on Facebook. If you're not going to be on Instagram and do it consistently, don't be on Instagram. And definitely don't go on TikTok if you're not going to do anything on TikTok. It's a waste, right? But if you really, for those who are really looking to build a massive business Natalie earlier explained that, to build a social media asset, it starts now. Focus now, because it's not going anywhere. TikTok, in about, I say it's 6 to 12 months, you're going to see such a big increase of businesses jumping on the TikTok wagon right now. There's businesses out there right now jumping on that. There's going to be a lot more just like on Instagram, just like on Facebook. That's why right now I'm working on building that presence on TikTok. Am I doing it right? No, not necessarily. It's trial and error. I try, it's like, oh, let me see how many views I get. Oh, I didn't get any views on this post. Okay, let me try again, right? It's trial and error. You got to be able to really her computer died. You got to be willing to do the work, right? And that's it. I mean, and we've talked about this in our masterminds before, is stop listening to other people. It doesn't matter if they call themselves a social media guru. Those social media, this is the reason not to, for those social media experts that are watching this, the reason I don't listen to a lot of social media experts, because we're the social media expert.
Right.
We're the assets, right?
Right.
We're the assets.
Agreed.
We know more about social media than most social media so-called experts out there, because we're doing it every day.
Right.
For free. We're doing it and we're getting business. I mean, I'm sure you've gotten business being on Instagram or Facebook,
Absolutely.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing that, if you're getting results or you're getting business, then we're the experts. And that's what I want people to understand. Don't listen to anybody that hasn't done or put in the work that it takes to be successful yet. Try it out yourself and figure it out if this works for you, if this is a right fit for your business.
Right.
If you can make it work for your business, then great, do it. If you don't think you can do it, no. But I want people that are watching right now really understand is, if you're okay doing the bare minimum, you don't need social media. All right. For those people that are watching, well, I don't know if I can do this consistently. If you don't want to do it consistently, don't go on social media. I don't even want to see you on social media. All right. but you better have some money saved aside to advertise. But what I'm finding out, and you, Cheryl, can attest to, a lot of people don't want to spend money on advertising on Facebook or Instagram or on TikTok.
Right.
And they
Right.
don't even network, all right? And they
Right.
don't even want to go to the network groups. They don't want to be on a Zoom call. Wait a minute. So how in the heck are you expected to get business from your audience or following if you're not even willing to do anything? You got to do something.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we can't network right now other than this virtually.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just I wanted to share today. I mean, like for people that are watching this video, I know we took a little bit longer today, but hopefully you got a little bit value today on why you need to be in social media and why I'm really focused more on the 3 social media platforms, which is part of my 5th strategy, which I will share in another video, is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and how you can use those 3 social media channels to create a massive business right now and moving forward. And like Natalie mentioned earlier, build a social media asset that will be that's going to be priceless for you, right? So thank you again, Cheryl. I know we lost Natalie. Thank you, Natalie, for being on our show before she got cut out here. Thanks again, Cheryl Zansky with Movement Mortgage. Anything you want to
Thank you
add?
for having me. Okay. Thanks, Antonio.
So thanks, everybody, and take care and make sure to
Everyone.
stay positive, stay informed. More importantly, stay hustling. All right, guys, have a good one.
Bye.